On my way back home, I wanted to digest what took place today, especially that last race with Patrick. You know, there's been times I said, I wish I hadn't driven him like that. I wish I hadn't done that. I don't regret anything that took place today with Patrick. You know, we had two horses in the middle of the gate, 4 and 6. I wasn't going to leave with Patrick. I looked left. Most importantly, Ronnie Wren wasn't on the gate. I thought that with Chief Mate's gate speed that he'd shown in the past, that he would blast him out of there. He wasn't leaving. 3 wasn't on the gate. The 1 was kind of lagging off the gate, so I'm thinking, I know what Aaron's doing. Aaron's looking right to see what, how well Dave Pallone's getting out, make sure that nobody's coming from the outside. Now at this point, we're teammates, right? Dave goes out of there and clears to the front with Forever Boy, and I'm coming with Patrick. Now, Patrick's left fast in his life. I've raced him on the front. I've left and dropped him in a hole. He has gate speed. He's just better hunting. But with such a watered-down crew, to let the two favorites who would have been the 2 and 4 sit 1-2 and me sit 7th, I just wasn't a big fan of it, especially with the way they lined up in the gate. Really, the deciding factor of the whole thing was Ronnie. Ronnie Wren wasn't on the gate with his horse. He wasn't coming off the cart with his horse. He wasn't leaving. That changes everything. So I leave out with him, and the wind started to hit Patrick in the face. The only thing I could think, and he just kind of hung out there. I had to kick the earplugs out, and now Dave Pallone sees what's going on. Hunter Myers is climbing all over me. I'm like, oh my God, something's wrong with Patrick today. He's not good. And Dave did the right thing. He's an experienced horseman. He knew that I was in trouble, and he couldn't release me. He left me out. Now, we didn't go 26 and 1, 53 and 3. We went a half and 55 and 4. But the weirdest thing, that wasn't even the weirdest thing that happened. I was frustrated. I said, now I'm angry because I left with him, and he's terrible. Hunter is climbing over me, and he kind of gets his horse 3 wide because he's climbing over me. And as soon as he does, I grab Patrick and I force him 3 wide. I just left him there. Because I know Dave's not letting him go, and at the very least, now I'm going to be second over. I'm going to turn a horrible situation into the very best one I possibly can. If Patrick isn't as bad as he's felt the first quarter of a mile. Now, he wasn't running in, he wasn't hanging, he come off the car good like he was going to get out of there. This didn't feel like a bad Patrick de Piranha to me today. As soon as Hunter got down in front of me, he just climbed right up on his helmet. It was like he just came back to life. It was the weirdest thing. Halfway down the backstretch, I'm like, I'm still in the race. Around the last turn, I'm like, geez, I hope Hunter gets me to the head of lane because I got some pop left. I swing him out 3 deep. He paced as hard as he could to the wire for a horse being parked the entire mile in 51 and beat what was it, beat 2-3 lengths? He actually raced great in the weirdest way. I never would have guessed that happened. I could see him racing bad. He didn't race bad. You know, usually when a horse gets parked like that to the quarter and then gets kind of jostled, even an old classy horse like him, and you've seen him do it before when he raced bad. He's raced bad once or twice for us, where he just caved and walked. He didn't do that today. He raced good in a weird way. Tim said, what do you think? I said, listen, every time he races a little bit flat, and I said to him, I said, I'm really sorry because part of me felt that I run Forever Boy into the ground a little bit, and then comes Hunter, but 55 and 4. This wasn't the case. So, just a weird race. Forever Boy, coming back, he hasn't raced in maybe almost a month. I think he qualified or schooled, I think, but he wasn't super tight, and the horse on his back was good. And quite frankly, I think if Dave, pulls Forever Boy over backwards, let me go, I think Hunter paces right past me at the half. I can't really explain it. Like I said, if he had a race terrible and back through the field, I'd be like, he's just no good right now. But he did actually race good after he caught cover. So I think, Tim said, what do you think? I said, listen, he's down enough in class, and he is effective, but he's been going for a long time. Let's just kick him out in the field for 3 weeks. He's not getting 2 months. We'll give him 3 weeks out in the field. Bring him back. We're going to have to at some point, and I would rather put him out when he really isn't that bad, but when he's way down in class, Then to have him, he goes out and wins this class next week. Now he's up a little bit. Now he's going to come back short. He's going to come back on 3 weeks, so he's back in 5-6 weeks max, and he's down a class. So there's your silver lining. A very weird race from him today, but like I said, he didn't actually race that bad. So that was Patrick. Now, it would have been great if both brothers won today, Forever Boy and his brother. Time Is On My Side. Time was absolutely fantastic today. That mile last week was amazing. Off a qualifier, off 6 weeks. It was an amazing mile. And then, I don't want to say his best racing, because we haven't raced him that much where he was effective. He's been unbeaten this year, but maidens, hours of 2 type things. The hours of 2 crew. Yeah, but that's not state caliber, and even it's not the series today final caliber. Last week was impressive, short field, same crew today. I didn't know how he'd be. I knew Ronnie Burke is there. His horse is going to be as good as he can be. I think he had 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. And time was just awesome. 27-2, and there was a headwind. There was no tailwind turning for home. That wasn't the wind pushing him. That was straight into the wind down the lane. Remember, I told you, Patrick, as soon as the wind hit him, coming around and out of that turn, he that's what I think it was. He just it hit him, and he's like, nah, I'm good. That's how it felt. Well, time was the other way. 27-2 at the end of it. A mile and 51-1, an incredible mile for a very green 3-year-old. And a great mile. It only pisses me off more that Arson didn't get in, because now these are the types of horses we have to race against, right? Arson's coming in off a 57 qualifier. Not what I wanted to see, and that was the only hiccup as far as those horses this week, was not getting Arson in to go. Very disappointed, but it's the way it is. It wouldn't have shook out any different. I think we're going to train him Sunday or Monday. I think they're going to jog him tomorrow and train him Monday. If I'm not, I was going to kind of school him Tuesday. I'm like, geez, back in 4 days. Don't forget, we got the entire 2024 season in front of us. Maybe I'll call Tim, and if he does want to jog him Sunday and train him himself on Monday, that might make more sense than the Tuesday plan, I think. So the bookend horses, as I said, Patrick, weird, but didn't race bad, but I think we are going to kick him out for 3 weeks. And then Time Is On My Side was absolutely tremendous today. Very, very good mile from him today. Now, the in-between horses. We had 2 horses that raced awesome. Lover's Play, that was much the same trip as she got in Oak Grove when she made the break on me, right? Came out of the gate. The only difference was I cinched her up going into the turn, and she got out of gear and made a break at Oak Grove. Today, totally different situation. She raced so good. Second, I thought she was second. She was third, just beat a snout for second, 58 flat. And of course, coming back in on 5 days, I don't think in this case it's going to hurt her. She is getting stronger and more confident. Followed great today. You can still see how green she is, though. She'll back off in the turns a bit, just a little bit. But she raced so good today. I was so proud of her. And JK Victory raced good again. Just beat a snout for second. I thought I was third. Going under the wire, I looked at the TV. I thought I was third, but I was fourth. But a great race for him. And Ron Burke is picking him up on Monday. He'll head to Indiana. I like the way he raced. This is a good option if we have to for this guy. And if I hadn't already talked to Ron, I might have just said, well, maybe we'll race him a couple of times here. But in those classes, where he's going to race in Indiana, and he's more comfortable on a bigger track, you can tell that. For my partners out there and the other people that own JK Victory and have watched him, you know how rocky he's looked at times, even at Hoosier. For the most part, all those wrinkles are gone. So the time off really helped him. He looked very good today. Pacing 52, 51 and 4, something like that, 52 and a piece off the shelf, off a qualifier in 58. It was a hell of a mile for him today. So a great day across the board. A tremendous outing by Time Is On My Side. A very, very good third with Lover's Play. A very good fourth with JK Victory. And I believe it was fifth. A tremendous fifth for Patrick the Piranha. Out the whole way in a very weird way the race went. But again, closing at the wire. So, yeah, weird, but I think the smart play here would be give him time off. Now that we got a lot of money off his card, give him time off, bring him back fresh so he starts at the bottom and makes his way, hopefully headed back to the Open. So that is today in a nutshell. We still got our girl Hallie in the clouds tonight. Good luck to all my partners with Hallie. I think that's it for me driving until Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. I think. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'm going to get right into your videos here in a minute and finish them off on the way home. But for now, pretty happy with the way things have gone all week. Not, a little twists and turns there. We could have, one, not smashed a race bike, and two, won a bunch of races. But it turned out we had a great week across the board. We'll be talking about the highlights in the opening and go through all the racehorses and 3-year-olds with you. I've already done your 2-year-olds. I'll be back in a minute.